Yes people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm just outside Old Trafford where Manchester United have got a victory against Brentford 2-1. We come from behind again against Brentford at Old Trafford, this time through goals from Alejandro Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund in that second half. Rasmus Højlund, who really deserved his goal, to be fair. I think he was excellent today. His all-round performance as a number 9, with his back to goal, with defenders right up him, you know, getting right in behind him and giving him that strength and making sure they knew they were there. And Rasmus Højlund was excellent, spinning them, bringing others into play, you know, finding the passes as well when he needed to. Far too often, I think, whilst Rasmus Højlund is capable and is willing to engage in those battles with the defenders, I think sometimes he can get too caught up in it and it affects the quality that he has on the ball as well. But today I thought he found the balance of that really well. He brought others into play. His goal was fantastic, a little dink over the goalkeeper after Bruno Fernandes with a delightful touch to bring him in and one-on-one on goal. The touch from Bruno Fernandes just around the corner, it's like he had wing mirrors on. It was an excellent touch by Bruno Fernandes, and it was a great goal from Alejandro Garnacho as well. Marcus Rashford, who I thought was one of our better players here today. I don't think anyone was better than Johnny Evans, but I thought Marcus Rashford, in terms of bringing others into play, his performance in terms of finding those passes as well, I thought they were excellent, and it was great to see him get an assist for Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho had a similar opportunity against Spurs, which he hit the post with. It was good to see the finish from him, and it was a really good finish as well from Alejandro Garnacho to find the back of the net and to help Manchester United get back into this game, because at half-time we were all fearing the worst. Manchester United went in 1-0 down. It was a poor first half, to be totally fair to you. I thought our football was poor. I thought it was too slow, too lackadaisical, it was just too slow. We weren't committing anybody really. We weren't getting forward quick enough. We weren't finding those passes. We weren't finding those movements into the box. It was just far too slow from Manchester United today, especially in that first half. And then you see the incident just before the break, just before the half-time break. We're ticking down. I think it was like 4 minutes added on. Matthijs de Ligt, who had a head clash earlier in the game, and obviously from where I'm sat, I couldn't tell that he had a cut on his head. But obviously he had a cut on his head, and that cut must have started leaking again. The referee tells him to go to the sidelines. Manchester United can't wait, can't get anybody else on. In the meantime, obviously he wasn't looking to be substituted, but the referee has instantly impacted the game. Now I know it's a little cut, and technically speaking, you've got to make the players go off the pitch to see that attended to. But it was like the last kick of the half. It was the last corner of the half. Why are we allowing Matthijs de Ligt to go off, one of our centre-backs, and then allowing them to score? It was a shocking decision by the referee. Manchester United didn't have enough time to reorganise and get people back and get people into those spaces. And look, we have been poor in the past. We have been poor in terms of defensively. We have been poor plenty of times, and maybe Man United still go on and concede that goal. But I thought the referee there had a huge impact on the game, a huge impact, and it was no surprise that Ruud van Nistelrooy, Erik ten Hag, everybody went absolutely apeshit. They went mad. I think both of them got booked, Ten Hag and Ruud van Nistelrooy. They went mad, because, and rightly so, what the hell is the referee doing, allowing the player to go off the pitch there for a corner? For a corner, either let them take the corner and carry on, or give him the time to come back onto the pitch, because he's a centre-back. United are down to 10 men. We have to deal with that incident just before half-time. And it was a disastrous time to go back in 1-0 down. And I kind of thought, Man United now, we're going to come back heads down, shoulders down. You know, it's going to be a moody Old Trafford. Everyone's going to feel that this defeat is coming. We kind of felt it anyway. You know, Thomas Frank's been in the frame for the Manchester United job. We're kind of filming, is Thomas Frank going to come out here and, you know, show us who's boss and show us who should be Manchester United boss? Fortunately though, whoever got a reaction in that second half, I'm guessing Erik ten Hag, he must have got into the team, because the team come out in the second half were a lot better, a lot more in their faces, a lot more in terms of the press, a lot more in terms of winning that ball back and getting forward and getting those chances and creating them as well. Now, you look at our goals scored, we're still -2 in terms of goal difference. We're only 10th or 11th in the league. Manchester United need to be doing a lot better, but it was a sigh of relief to see us get that goal just after half-time and then go on to win the game as well, because had we not won this game today, you fear, you know, the worst in terms of where we're going forward. We got West Ham away, we got Fenerbahce away, we got some difficult games coming up, and you fear the worst. But at the same time, I don't think we've turned a corner with this result or with this performance, because I don't think the performance was that great, to be totally honest with you. Yes, Rasmus Højlund did well. I thought Rasmus Højlund did really, really well. Yes, Marcus Rashford played well, Garnacho played well, but generally speaking, the performance wasn't a great one. Now you could argue, you know, you have players coming back from international break, you have players coming back probably a little bit later than some, you know, Lisandro Martinez coming back from South America, probably arrived on Thursday. He's looking tired, he's looking like a shell of the player that we know and love. And, you know, if we just bought Lisandro Martinez, I'd be going, this guy is useless. It's because we kind of know who he is and what we've seen from him before. We know there's a player in there. We need to try and find that player. Now, I'm not saying he had a bad game, but in that first half, I'm looking out there, I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on with Lisandro Martinez here? Who is this in the Manchester United number 6 shirt? Granted, he's playing out of position, but he just looks so off the pace. And then, thankfully, he did settle into the game, but we still need to get him back to form. We still need to get him back to form. We need to get our defence and the unit working. Who is our defensive unit? Is it going to be Mazraoui and Delo at fullback? Is it going to be De Ligt and Martinez? Is Johnny Evans going to play? Johnny Evans, by the way, absolutely phenomenal. And he must be thinking, how the hell am I still playing week in, week out, 90 minutes for Manchester United? He went off to a standing ovation because that's how good he was for United today. He was excellent. But he must be thinking, how am I still so important to this team? You know that meme where it says accidentally became important at work today? That's how I feel Johnny Evans feels every single day. Because, like, we shouldn't be relying upon Johnny Evans to come in with these performances. But here he is doing it. And he was absolutely fantastic today. I don't think Onana was too bad in terms of in possession as well. I can't comment on their goal too much. All I know is that we went down to 10 men and conceded. I'm in a Stretford end, so I can't see, you know, the full box and who's running off markers and all those kind of different things. It was clearly impacted by De Ligt coming off the pitch, though. Someone who's often winning headers, going up for those challenges for Manchester United. But look, we got the win today. It was important. I breathe a huge sigh of relief when Manchester United won that game, and it was nice to see that performance in the second half. But trust me, it still feels like we're in limbo here. I said to Jay, Spurs felt like, remember Sevilla under Mourinho, when he doesn't get sacked but you know it's coming. And Mourinho still had that game against Newcastle where we turned it around. Maybe this was Ten Hag's Newcastle. Maybe this was the performance that just buys him a little bit more time. But with some of the fixtures coming up, you know, I still do fear the worst. So let's wait and see what happens. But today, United got the win. Thank God for that. We needed to get that win because after the international break, you know, I hated football during the international break. I couldn't even think about football anymore. So for us to go and get that win today, big win, but we're still not round the corner. We still need to get together as a team. We need to get together as a coaching staff, the manager, everyone, rally around and get some performances out of this team, because the performances are still leaving a lot wanting, even if we did have some key players performing well today. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. I'm just relieved right now. United still need to do a lot more if we want to keep Ten Hag in as manager, but he is still buying himself some time. See you in a bit.